Talking about this console online either gets you death threats or a little Nintendo fan who will tattoo Miyamoto with trust on their spine. There is no casual Switch 2 discussion online. Either you hate it or you love it. Even if you're neutral of the console, if you talk about it online and defend it in some sort of way, you get called a Nintendo glazer or a Nintendo hater if you dislike it. Half of the internet says the Switch 2 is an amazing console, and the other half says it's the worst console ever made because it doesn't launch Valve or Steam OS. So now that the Switch 2 has been out and about for a while now, I decided to just talk about it, what's been good on it, what I've been playing, and what are my thoughts on it after a few months. And one of the things I do have to praise the Nintendo Switch 2 for is the consistent 60 FPS and 1080p minimum on every new Switch game or port nowadays. Just not this one. Bigger Joy-Cons, bigger screen, and a bigger kickstand, which I sometimes use to hang up my Switch 2 like if it was a family portrait. But one of my favorite things about it is they fixed BDSP by making it randomly crash and giving you time on returning the game and picking up a better Pokemon game. Like Pokemon Ultra Moon. Oh wait, they canceled this port for the Switch. Speaking of Pokemon games, one of the Pokemon games I've really been playing recently, that recently came out and really been enjoying, is Pokemon Legends ZA. I'd say it's a pretty risky game to drop for the Switch 2 and for the Switch 1, just because it's completely different from the mainline games. Real-time battling, just no more turn-based, which is really fun and enjoying sometimes. But at the same time, it kind of gets repetitive once you try to get that shiny charm, which I still have not gotten. And for some reason, Nintendo decided to milk the shit out of racing games this year. So I tried a bit of Kirby Air Raiders. I didn't really enjoy it. You know, it was really fun. I won't lie. But that $70 price point kind of makes you want to like not get it, which is what I did. I just borrowed my friend's copy for a bit to get some gameplay of it. And although it's fun, I probably won't buy it unless it's like on a huge sale. And speaking of racing games, I also got Mario Kart World. Obviously, it was bundled with the Switch 2 just for an extra $50. I was like, might as well just get the bundle because, you know, Mario Kart is that family game you must have whenever you have family over or friends. So I was like, okay, I'm probably going to be that person that has the game because no one really wants to spend $80 on it. But I don't think it's worth the money, but it was worth the $50 I paid for. That's one thing I'd say. And another game I've been playing, not really as much as I did when I first got it, is Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 for the Switch 2. I did play it for a bit and I really liked it, but you know, Tetris is kind of that game you either play for a bit and kind of get bored of, or you sit down for a few hours and you kind of enjoy it. And when I first started playing it with my friend, he was whooping the shit out of me in 1v1. So after that, I really stopped playing the game, but I wouldn't mind picking it up every now and then. And obviously, we can't forget one of the most hyped up games of 2025, Hollow Knight Silksong, which finally came out after 7 years of anticipation and wait. When I thought we would get it like next year, but when that trailer was announced 2 days, some dude on Instagram was saying, "Oh, it's gonna come out in 2 weeks because last time Hollow Knight came out and it was gonna kind of going stale. They announced a trailer for it and it came out 2 weeks later." So a lot of people were kind of hyped for that, and I was too. And when I saw that release date, I was so excited for it. I did play the hell out of it. I dropped my 50 hours into the game, 100%ed it. And if you're into Metroidvanias and want to have a hell of a time, but also be in hell, I'd probably get that game for the Switch. And obviously, I cannot forget to mention Octopath Traveler 0 for the Switch. One of my favorite games so far. I'm really like 5 hours into it and I've been loving it. The story is amazing. I know it's pretty much just a straight rip mobile port, but they changed so much of it. They got rid of the gacha, which one of the things I really hated about the mobile game, and just completely ran with it. And it looks amazing. The fights are amazing. The designs are obviously made with a lot of love because, you know, Octopath is always made with love by Square Enix. I hope to finish the game by the end of the month because it does seem like a pretty long one. I'm hearing 100 hours on it, so I might take a week or two to finish it, maybe a month. But I don't know. I'm really excited to see how the story goes and see if I could finish it and try to 100% it if I have time. One of the ports that really amazed me was Cyberpunk 2077. I played around like 20 to 15 hours of it, and I was really surprised by how well it turned out. You run in like a stable 40, sometimes drops to 35 in performance mode, but oh my god, the game does not look that bad. I will say there's some times where the resolution kind of drops a bit, you'll notice it, but it immediately goes back up, which is amazing, which I love. I'm glad that this port was taken care of, unlike the other ports. But other than that, I do recommend it if it's on sale. I would not pay the full $70 for it, and I would not pay for the digital version because it does take up 60 plus gigabytes of storage. I'd probably get the full cartridge. I have seen it on sale for $40 to $30 online and on game stores, so it should be pretty easy to pick up if you want to try it out. Another one of my favorite games of this year is Hades 2. I will admit, there is some flaws to it. The story kind of falls flat at times midway through the story. And the fights are kind of repetitive, but immediately once you switch the weapon, you definitely forget it's repetitive and you realize that there's way more to it. Other than that, it is a really great game. It's an amazing sequel and is one of my game of the years. I'd say it's top 3 behind Octopath Traveler 0 and maybe Pokemon Legends ZA. I wouldn't know that much. I haven't finished Hades 2, but I hope to finish it by at least next month. And another game that came out this year, which technically didn't, but a DLC for the game, was Kirby and the Forgotten Land Star-Crossed Road Switch 2 edition. It seems like Nintendo's trying to push out these Switch 2 editions as a way to add in the graphics and the resolution and FPS better, and also add a bit of story that they may have forgotten to add, or really just want to add in general, to old Switch games, which I am completely fine with, but sometimes the price can be a little I really didn't see the Star-Crossed DLC being worth $20. Honestly, I'd pay $5 for it, maybe $15, Switch 2 edition, $10, and then the game $5. There's nothing really wrong with it, but yeah, sometimes it makes you wonder what Nintendo's approach here, and maybe they're changing the prices, as we saw with the recently announced Animal Crossing Switch 2 edition, which is going to be $5, which I hope they continue that path, because $5 seems a little nicer, because you already spent full price for the game. Spending another 10 or 20 more is kind of pointless in a way, because like, oh, why would I spend extra if I already own the game? Now, we're saving the best for last year, because I've really been enjoying my playthrough of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I really do think this is one of the greatest Nintendo games of all time, just from what I played so far. And this is one of those games that I'll gladly pay $10 for the Switch 2 edition, because I've noticed the game looks amazing in Switch 2. The 1080p, the 60 FPS looks absolutely beautiful for a Zelda game made with that much love. And I've noticed that on my Switch 1 playthrough, there was way less frame drops than the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, obviously. But I've noticed that it runs better, looks better, and I've been enjoying it a lot more. I've been playing it for the first time. I started my playthrough from the Switch 1 back to the Switch 2, and I've been having a lot of fun. I'm not relatively close to finishing the game, but from what I played, it genuinely is one of my favorite Nintendo games so far, and I really hope to get to the end of the story soon, or finish it eventually, because I really do love the game. So that's it for me today. Overall, I really do enjoy this console, and I hope to enjoy the rest of the lifespan with it, because I do know this is our main console for the next 7 or 8 years, and I'm perfectly fine with that. These games are looking amazing so far. The Switch 2 upgrades are looking promising. Some are free, some cost money. A little controversial on that, but I don't really care. I'll still buy it at the end of the day, unless it's like absolute dog shit. But that's it for today. If you want the console, I definitely ask for it for Christmas, or buy it yourself with these Black Friday discounts that it might get. It was on discount, like $50 off the Switch 2 Mario Kart World Edition, which is great. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any recommendations on what to make next, like more in-depth of the games I'm playing, I'd gladly do that for the next episode. Thanks for watching, and that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video though. Thank you.